Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 40 of Beth the Chef. I know, right? And partially to celebrate this and to go into the autumnal season, we're going to do a little selection of episodes highlighting some game meats. Just to introduce you guys to something new, see what you can do with it, and combining some new flavours. So yeah, we're going to actually start with pigeon. So this week we're doing pigeon breast, searing some pigeon breast, which I have got from a website called Dorset Meat Company. And they're very reliable. On that website, there's all sorts of game meats. I've also got some lovely goat mince from there. They've also specialised in some nice deli meats. Pretty sure I saw venison salami on there, which is one I'll need to try. But back to the pigeon. We're combining it with Barley Risotto. The nuttiness goes well with game meats. Health benefits as well. Break up a bit of colour and help with the nuttiness. We're adding some broad beans in there. And we're pairing both of these with a nice Blackberry Honey. One, blackberries are in season. At the moment, they're everywhere. Maybe in Stanley Park is best chances, but maybe a lot of dogs have peed on them. But yeah, these ones are just from supermarkets. And I'm going to make some nice blackberry honey to drizzle around, combined with the green speckles in the risotto. Should be a nice autumnal dish. So we've got a lot to crack on with. Let's cook. So the very first stage is I'm going to get the blackberries ready and prep them up towards making the blackberry honey. I'm just doing this first. One, because pigeon it doesn't take long at all to cook, which you'll find out later. And two, the risotto, you need to keep an eye on it. All I've got here is a bowl and a sieve, as you can see, and 100 grams of blackberries. And just like you would towards jows or coolies, just pass them through. So here we are, blackberry juice, and I just love the colour of it. I've got a little pan here. I've got some honey, which I'll put a good drizzle in later. You'll see by eye how much. And some cardamom. So what I'm going to do is just lightly toast about a teaspoon of cardamom. I know cardamom is a strong flavour, but combined with everything, it's going to balance out well. Yeah, it smells good, just to release the fragrances. So now I'll add my juice. Take it off the heat to incorporate. And add a good drizzle of honey. So roughly 50 grams of honey. Just make sure it's all incorporated. And it's as simple as that. I'm going to pop it back into the bowl to cool down, and because it's honey, it will not solidify, but be a nice stickiness as it cools down. So whole barley, you can get in supermarkets, and it's just barley, but it's the outer shell or hull has been removed, so you're left with little white grains. They're quite easy to cook, quicker to cook than barley, and they make a great risotto. Treat it in the same way as you would a normal risotto, which you'll see later on, but we're going to make the stock and gradually add to the risotto, and cook it out as you go along. So I've got everything gathered towards the pearl barley risotto, and I'll try and show you close up. This is what barley looks like. To me, it looks like a mini sugar puff. A lot healthier than sugar puffs though. But for this, I've got 85 grams of pearl barley in here. I've got 340 mils of veg stock, salt and pepper, obviously for seasoning. I've got a big pan. And on here, I've got about 100 grams of drained raw beans, half an onion, finely diced, and some sliced up garlic. There's 1 clove here. And I'm not actually going to add any herbs to the risotto. But what I'm going to do later, spoiler alert, is some nice crispy sage. If you remember back to the Scotch egg episode, and yeah, it just adds a bit more to the dish, a bit of texture as well. If we added sage to here and crispy sage, it's going to overpower the dish. It's all about a balancing act, really. So I'm going to get another butter in here, and we're going to get cooking, start frying off the onions. Right, so here we are, got my knobber butter in there, and don't worry about the other pan. My husband doesn't like pearl barley, so I'm just doing some mash for him. So you don't have to worry, you only need 1 pan for the minute, of course. Get that on low heat. as it's starting to melt. And add the onion. Once it's starting to soften, I'll add our pearl barley, and just like with risotto rice, toast it off a little bit. Extra nutty. And gradually add the stock. Oh yes, add the garlic. But this should take about 30 minutes to cook overall. And another thing that works great with this, by the way, is butternut squash. So turn the heat down. And yeah, it's going to take a while, but just carry on going like that. I'm going to season it at the end. There, so we're not far off now. Just needs reducing a bit more. But at this stage, I'm going to add the beans. And I don't need to add any salt at the moment because of the veg stock. So I'm just going to leave the salt, add a little bit on the pigeon breast, but plenty of black pepper. So I've just got the pigeon breasts here, and we're going to prep them up. So these are fairly big ones. I got 4 of them for £7.45. So not too bad considering pigeon. And to prep them up, just need to, a little bit here. So you want to remove the sinew. This bit's quite tough, you see. Sinew here, it's like a film. Just try and remove as much of it as you can. But keeping as much of the breast as you can. Very similar to filleting a fish. Okay. And what you need to do, just to play it safe, because obviously they've been shot, Sometimes you can see the holes as well, but just use your fingers and see, here's a great example. Make sure you remove the bullets. Right, so I've got a pan here and I'm going to get it nice and hot. You want your pan hot. I'm going to get a bit more butter for this. So yeah, get your pan nice and hot, and when it's smoking, almost smoking, sear the pigeon breast. It all depends on size, but this one would take 30 seconds to a minute either side, not long at all. You're looking for the nice pinkness in the middle. Think like a medium rare steak. That's how I like my pigeon. I've got a tray and cooling rack, simply to rest your breast once it's done. Pigeon, of course. So yeah, while the pan gets nice and hot, I'm going to season them. And that side with the almost film of the sinew, we're going to put that side down. And as you see here, so we want with the butter, nice caramelisation forming. And I've kept my pan with a bit of the butter and the remaining juices in there. We're going to crisp up some sage. Here we are. Let's pick some nice sage off. As you can see, the pan is smoking. You want to almost burn these leaves. That's it. Right, so my pigeon breasts have rested and we're ready to start plating up. So I've just cut them and you're looking for a nice pinkness in the middle there. So a nice hearty portion of your barley risotto. Dot around some lovely crispy sage. And last but no means least, a lovely blackberry honey. And you can get quite artistic with this. And here we have it. So we've got our po' barley and boiled bean risotto. We've got our seared pigeon breast, our crispy sage, and finish it all off, blackberry honey with a little bit of cardamom spice in. Spread the word, Beth the chef. Join us next week where we'll continue with our game selection. And we're going to do a venison morley, but in a pie with a nice sweet potato topping. Bon appetit!